Hey guys, welcome back to Daisy Crochet, or welcome if you're new. We have a similar setup to yesterday's video, although it is a different day that I'm filming this. I just don't want to open my windows still because it's really cold. So hopefully the lighting's alright for you. But today we are going to be talking about sweater ideas that you can make this winter. And just a warning, some of these do have patterns attached, like guaranteed, but some of them might not because these are Pinterest pins, so you never really know if they're gonna have patterns or not. And I was going to do only pins with patterns, but a lot of them were AI, so I just went with the inspo images, and then you guys can kind of take the idea and search it up on YouTube or Google and find a pattern for it. So I'm really excited to share all these ideas with you. There are 26 pins on the board, and as always, it will be linked in the description box if you want to pin any of the things or follow the patterns. So let's just get right into it with the first thing. But I just wanted to remind you guys that this is a Vlogmas video, so I have been posting for the past few days, and I'm going to be posting until December 12th. So every day a new video, so make sure to check it out if you're interested and subscribe so you don't miss out on all the days. Alright, so these are not really organized into categories, they're all sweaters, so we're just gonna go with the first one on the board, and that is this granny square sweater. I love this. I think it's very unique with the colors. It just stuck out to me because of that, I think, but in general this one's pretty easy to make. It's just like a really big granny square, and then you do granny stitch for the sleeves as well. So honestly, if this was me, I probably would not need a pattern for this, but I understand if you do, that's totally fine. There's probably tons of video tutorials and patterns out there for something super similar to this, and I just really like it. It almost looks like you could use scrap yarn, so we love that because I know I have a lot of scrap yarn even after making my scrap yarn pants, so that would be a great thing to use it for. Next up is a sweater that I have had on Pinterest boards for a long time. It is this Polo sweater. It's called Olivia Polo crochet sweater. I wanted to make this so badly in the past, but actually I couldn't find a pattern, although I didn't realize that there was a name on it, like Olivia, so maybe that will help find it if I'm ever to search it up. But I just love the collar on this, and I love the stitch. It almost just looks like a ribbed single crochet or a ribbed half double or something, but yeah, I thought it was very unique. It almost doesn't look crocheted, which I know some people like when it comes to sweaters. I don't really have a preference because I don't think it's a bad thing to have a sweater look like crochet, because it is, and like I'm proud of that, but you know, some people want it to look like it's like store-bought, which is understandable, and that could be a great one to make if you're into that kind of design. Vidya also joined us, so hello Vids. The next one is one that I've actually made before. It is a hexagon sweater, and it has the neck that kind of like V's or something, I don't know, but it's like a collar. And these ones are also super simple to make. The pattern I used, just so you guys know, is Cameron Cane's, but there's tons out there. And I used a similar yarn to this, but it wasn't this exact one. It was Oyster from Carrot Cakes. So, just so you guys know. But it turned out super cute, and I really enjoyed making this. I love doing anything with granny stitch because it's super, like, mindless to me. So, we love that. And yeah, it's a really good like kind of beginner sweater in my opinion because there's not much to it. Like you don't have to make so many different parts and assemble them all, in my opinion, because it's like the hexagon style. And then moving on, this one does say it has a crochet pattern attached, which we love. And it didn't look like AI to me like some of the other patterns did. So this one is called, I'm sorry if I butcher this name, Send Some Sweater? I'm not sure. But I really like the stitch on this. I think it's super unique and creative. It almost reminds me of the wheat stitch that I've been doing on some hats, and I also made a wheat stitch Christmas tree. You guys haven't seen the vlogs for any of that stuff, so sorry if you don't know what I'm referring to, but I have talked about the wheat stitch beanie before on this channel because it's so cute, although this is probably not the wheat stitch because it's not the person who made the wheat stitches pattern, but it reminds me of that. I think it's so cute. I would love to make this in white, like in the picture. And I think this one is just a super great one if you're into like more intricate, unique stitches. This one is one I would really like to make actually. It is this one. I am obsessed with the color of this one. Obviously you can do whatever color you want, but I think this one might be made with like a mohair yarn I'm not entirely sure, but it kind of gives that vibe, which I love because it gives such like a drapiness and like, I don't know, it's so cute. I also really like how this one's constructed because it's up and down. I think I know how you would make it, honestly. Like, it's just two really long panels that go from front to back, and then you sew up the sides and do the sleeves, and then the split open is kind of the neck. So that's how I would do it anyway. But yeah, I have really wanted to make this one for a while, so if you guys like know of a pattern for this, let me know. I haven't really looked it up, but yeah, I'd really like to make this one, and I also would really like to try mohair yarn. The next one is a super simple white sweater, but the stitching on it is really cute. It is called the Caribbean Sea Sweater, and it has a crochet pattern and a video tutorial. This one is by MJ's Off the Hook Designs, which I talk about her a lot in my videos because I love all of her patterns and designs, but I don't think I've talked about like a wearable of hers before, so this is a great one to try out. It's a super simple, like I said, sweater, but I think it'd be really fun to make because there's some cool stitches in there that I don't think I've ever done. So if you're into a sweater that looks like this, then this could be a great thing to try out, especially because there is a free pattern and tutorial. Speaking of free pattern, this next one also has a free pattern, and I almost made this one before, but I didn't have the yarn for it. It's called a cozy crochet sweater. I am obsessed with this one. Like, this is on the top of my list to make, but I think it needs like a chunkier yarn than I have right now, so I need to buy some yarn. But I'm obsessed with it. I love the sleeves. I love anything that has like the big like bell sleeves, and I just think it's so unique. I would really like to make this one, so I hopefully will be doing that soon, and you guys will be able to see me make it and see how it turns out. And then another one that is at the top of my list to actually make is this coffee and cream sweater. I think this one's made with like a treble stitch or like a double treble even. It's like a very big stitch. I have been obsessed with this one for so long, and I almost started making it, but I don't have much of the brown yarn, so I know I'm not gonna be able to finish it, which kind of bugs me, you know, like I want to be able to finish my stuff. So I haven't made it yet, but hopefully someday I will. And I think this one would also be very easy, a good beginner one maybe, because it's the same stitch all the way through, I think. And then the sleeves are just like worked probably in the round. It looks easy to me, so hopefully it would be, but I will try it out eventually. Probably not the pattern because I don't like buying patterns, but I might use it as inspiration to make a sweater. So I'll let you guys know how that goes if I do that. But let's move on to the next one now, which is this cardigan. I didn't really say very many cardigans on this because I was going for more like sweaters, but I did say this one. It does say there is a free pattern and video tutorial, so that's great. And I really like the stitch on this one. I don't know what it is, like if it's just ripping or if it's like something a little more intricate. It might be a third loop only, honestly, I don't know guys, but I really like this sweater and I really like the yarn that's used for it. I don't really know what the yarn is, but if I was gonna make a crochet cardigan, it would probably look something like this one. The next one I'm obsessed with. It is this Weasley sweater pattern. I actually don't know if it's a pattern or if the Etsy link is to actually buy one, but I actually have a Weasley sweater from the Harry Potter store in New York. I'm obsessed with it, but I would love to crochet one someday. Fiona actually has crocheted one in the past, and it actually looked a lot like this one, but it had an F on it, and it was so cute. And this one also, you can use any standard like sweater pattern to make it, but the tapestry letter might be a little complicated to integrate into that sweater pattern. I don't know, but you could also embroider the letter on. That's what Fiona did when she made hers, just so you guys know. So I think this is a really great one if you like Harry Potter. The next one is one that's also been at the top of my list. I know I have a lot at the top of my list to make, but it is this Rosemary sweater. There is a pattern on this pin, and I am absolutely obsessed with this one. I love that it looks like it has Mickey Mouse on it because I am obsessed with Disney, and I don't think it's intended to look like it has Mickey Mouse on it, but it really does to me, so that's why I really love it. But I would love to try this one out, and hopefully someday I will. The next one is a super popular one. It is this eye sweater. I have been obsessed with the eye sweater for a very long time, as a lot of other people have been. I've never made it though, so I hopefully will make it someday because it's literally so cool. But this one actually has the eye on the back of the sweater, so I don't know if when you make the eye sweater you put it on the front and the back, but this one does have it on the back, so I thought that was pretty cool. And yeah, this is so my vibe, and I don't know if it's yours. Hopefully it is, but I really love it. It also looks like one you could probably use scrap yarn for, which is a bonus. And I think that there's a video tutorial for that sweater on YouTube. The next one is one that I have made before a long time ago, like probably 5 years ago, and I love it. I did not use this pattern though. It is the super slouchy jumper crochet pattern. So there is a pattern. I have viewed it before, but I haven't purchased it. I just made the sweater from my brain, based off of the image, but I absolutely love this. And I made this sweater a little bit differently. The only thing I did was I actually added a collar to the front, and I have no idea how I made it because it was a very long time ago, and I had not made a lot of sweaters before, but I figured it out, so good for me, I guess. If it was me now though, I probably would have just done a lot simpler than what I did back then, because I think I made a back panel and a front panel. I don't know. I would probably now just make 2 huge panels and then put them like this and then down and then do sleeves. I don't know. I really love this one. I've loved it for literally 5 years. And yeah, I ended up gifting the sweater to my mom, so we love that. Next is this one. I see this pin all over the place, like in so many different colors, and I really like it. It is this like kind of oversized but also cropped sweater. There is an Etsy link on some of the other pins that look like this one, but I think it's to actually purchase the sweater, so I don't know if they have a pattern, but to me this would be very easy to make without a pattern. It's using like a really chunky yarn, and I think it has like, honestly it might just be doubles, but I would probably say trebles or double trebles as the stitches, and then there's also some stitches going the other way for just a little bit of ribbing. But yeah, this one would probably be great for beginners as well. Next up we have this one. I really like this one. It doesn't have a name, but I really like that there's some different stitches in there, but it also doesn't look that hard to me. So yeah, I thought this one was super cute. I love the big sleeves, and I like how it's like kind of oversized, so this one's very much my vibe, and I would love to make something like it. Okay, I'm gonna look over there for a second because I put my computer down for a minute, but the next one is this off-the-shoulder sweater. It's so cute. It is in like a brown color, which I'm obsessed with, and Fiona made an off-the-shoulder sweater recently. I don't know, she didn't post it, I don't think. She did vlog it, but she hasn't posted the vlog. And I love an off-the-shoulder sweater too. I have made one, but not one with like the big like fold over part, I guess. Mine was just like more of like a band that went around your shoulders, but I absolutely love that one. And this one's like super like trendy, I feel like, as well, so that could be great if you're into that. And yeah, I've always just been obsessed with this pin, so I think it's a great one to include as well. This next one I also think is kind of like a mohair yarn. If I'm wrong on that, guys, you can correct me, but it's like the very thin, fluffier, softer yarn. I really think it's cute. It looks like it's using the same stitch all the way throughout, so it might be good for beginners. And it's just this super like oversized, it's kind of off the shoulder sweater, and it just has some stripes. I think it's so cute, and I would definitely use that one as inspo. Oh, this one also says made using mohair, so that's great. The next one is one I've made before as well. I'm obsessed with it. It is Cameron Kane's Mosaic sweater. I really like this one. It was so fun to make, and I used like orange, yellow, green, white, whatever. I did vlog it, and I think I posted the vlog, so make sure to watch that if you haven't already. But yeah, it was so fun to make, and it turned out so cute. I love this pattern. I love all Cameron's patterns. They're so good, and I highly recommend trying this one out. This next sweater is one I've been obsessed with for a very long time, and I need to buy the yarn to make this because I just need to do it. It is this white sweater with the stripes of different colors on it. So obsessed. It's got like a super chunky yarn, and then I think it's just like a double or a treble stitch, and then the color lines kind of have like treble space. I don't know, that's just what I'm assuming, but I really like it. It does look pretty easy to construct. When I say construct, I mean like sew together, you know? And I really want to make it. It reminds me of Hudson's Bay. I don't know if you guys know what Hudson's Bay is, but it's a store that closed, but it had like iconic colored like stripes things. I loved it. It was so cute, and it reminds me of that. Next up we have this sweater. I really like the colors of this one, and it's very unique. Like it has like triangles and stuff on it. so cute. I would really love to make this one. It almost looks like scrap yarn, but like intentional scrap yarn, and I think it's literally just singles or like half doubles, so that could be great if you're more like of a beginner. But I really like it. It also has the neck collar detail, which a lot of crochet sweaters don't have, like a collar, and like, you know, like how on a sweater it goes like down and then back up, like most of the time they're just straight across panels. So I really like when they do stuff like this because it makes it look like more like this rather than like cutting off your neck. Sometimes that's the vibe, sometimes it isn't. It does make the pattern a little bit more complicated, but I personally like made patterns like this before and it's totally doable. Next up is another sweater I've made before in this exact color. It was so fun, so cute. I wore it to my market last year. So fun. It is this off the shoulder sweater. It's using a Karen latte cake, I think, and I think it was called coconut something, but I'm not sure. It is so cute. I followed Hannah Japinski's crochet sweater tutorial for this one. I don't know if that's exactly what the person in the pin used, but it worked well for me, and it was a super easy beginner friendly tutorial, so I highly recommend trying that out. The next one we have is one I actually have seen like a lot of other creators talk about how they want to make it because it's so cute. It is this really chunky sweater and I'm obsessed with the color of this one, and of course I'm obsessed with the sleeves because they're super big, and I love the oversized vibe to it. It looks really easy to make, but I don't know, if I zoom in there is kind of some detailing on it, like maybe 2 doubles in the same stitch type vibe. I'm not sure, but I really like it and I would love to make something like this. Like I really want to try doing a sweater with like a chunkier yarn. Next up we have 2 scrap yarn ones that are super cute. The first one is this one and it's really oversized. It has like the band at the top like I was talking about that I made on my oversized sweater, and then it has the scrap yarn on the body part and the sleeves, and then it has like gray detailing for ribbing, so I really like that. I would probably do something like this if I was gonna make a scrap yarn sweater because I really like oversized stuff, but if you're not super into oversized stuff, I also have this one which is more cropped or just regular length, and I'm obsessed with the colors on this one. I think it is so fun. I love how bright they are. And this one also has the neck that goes down. What is that called, guys? I don't know. I feel like I don't know what necks are called. But anyways, it probably still wouldn't be that hard to make, and I think it's just so perfect. We have 2 more. So the first one is if you like very simple sweaters, if you like a more masculine vibe, because this one's actually made intentionally for men. That doesn't mean you can't make it if you're not a man, but I thought it was a good option to make if you want to make it for somebody else or if you want to make this for yourself. I don't know. But it is the Father Pullover sweater and it has a free pattern. I think it's really, really nice. I love the collar because it has that kind of neck on it again rather than just the straight across. And I think the like cuffs at the bottom are super unique as well. So if you're into a sweater like that, that's pretty simple, that could be a great one for you to check out. And then finally we have this granny square sweater. We have 2 granny squares as the body, and then there's granny squares that make up the top of the sleeves as well, and then the sides of the body, and then there's just granny stitch on the arms around to make them long enough. I love this one. I love the colors on it. I've seen a lot of people make this before. I'm sure there's plenty of patterns and tutorials out there for this one. I think the person in this pin is Cameron Kane. I'm not 100% sure, but it kind of looks like her. And oh yeah, it says, I'm pretty sure this is Cameron Kane's picture. I don't know if she has a pattern out for this sweater. She might, but I know that a lot of other people do, so. I really want to try this one eventually. I've always wanted to do this one, I just never have. So hopefully I will get around to it soon. And I think that this one is a great way to end off this video. So yeah guys, that is going to be it for all of these sweater ideas that you can make this winter. I absolutely love crocheting sweaters. It's one of my favorite things to crochet ever. I have definitely too many crochet sweaters in my collection, but I'm just obsessed with them. Maybe one day I will sell some of them. I really hope one day I can have like an online store or something where I sell them. That's the dream. but for now they are all just mine in my collection and I love them. Let me know if you're interested in making any of these ones, which one's your favorite, or let me know if you've ever tried making any of these ones. Also, tell me what you guys are making right now because I'm so interested in hearing what you guys crochet while you're watching this video or what your whips are right now. Make sure to like this video if you liked it and subscribe to see more videos like this one. Like I said before, it's currently Vlogmas, so I'm posting every day for the first 12 days of December, and I'm having so much fun making these Vlogmas videos for you guys, so stay tuned for so many more, and I will link the playlist of all the days so far so that you guys can get caught up if you haven't watched them already. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye!